Starting a career in civil engineering is an exciting chapter filled with ambition, challenges, and countless opportunities to grow. Every project seems like a chance to prove knowledge, every drawing a way to demonstrate skill. Yet the early years are also when many young engineers fall into mistakes that can slow their growth and even put entire projects at risk. From overlooking small details to struggling with communication or time management, these errors are common, but they are not inevitable. With the right awareness, new engineers can avoid them and build a solid foundation for long-term success. Before diving into the most frequent mistakes, here's a question for you. If you are an engineer or work with engineers, what was the first big mistake you noticed at the start of your career? Share it in the comments because your story could help someone else avoid repeating it. One of the most common mistakes is underestimating the importance of precision. In civil engineering, even the smallest deviation can cause a domino effect of problems, from expensive rework and schedule delays to serious safety risks. Many beginners rush through drawings or calculations, eager to meet deadlines, and skip careful checking. In reality, precision must be treated as a core professional value from the very first day on the job. This is why AXA Engineers has built a multi-layer quality control system. Every drawing is required to go through self-checking, peer review, and final evaluation by a project manager. Combined with a Kaizen mindset of continuous improvement, this system teaches young engineers discipline and accountability for every detail. Another frequent error is poor time management. Entry-level engineers often find themselves overwhelmed during peak project phases, unsure how to prioritize tasks or allocate effort effectively. Some spend too much time on small details and lose sight of the big picture, while others rush through just to stay on schedule, sacrificing accuracy. The ability to balance speed with quality is an essential skill that must be cultivated. Effective planning, prioritization, and personal discipline allow engineers to meet deadlines without compromising standards. Over time, mastering this skill not only improves project outcomes but also builds a reputation for reliability. Lack of communication is another challenge. Many young engineers assume their role begins and ends with drawings, calculations, and technical work. But civil engineering projects are inherently collaborative, involving architects, planners, contractors, and clients. Miscommunication or silence can easily cause design conflicts, delays, and even disputes. A mindset of open and proactive communication is essential to maintain trust and keep projects moving. New engineers also often struggle with understanding standards and local regulations. It's easy to assume that the principles learned at university apply everywhere. In reality, codes and legal requirements vary significantly by region. A small oversight can cause drawings to be rejected, triggering delays and additional costs. That's why it is critical to carefully study local codes, stay updated on regulatory changes, and learn from experienced colleagues. Developing this discipline early creates engineers who can be trusted with responsibility and who bring real value to their firms. Another mistake is the reluctance to own a project. Some new engineers focus only on following instructions, believing their job ends there. But growth in this profession comes from taking responsibility, offering solutions, and treating each assignment as if it were one's own creation. AXA Engineers has addressed this challenge by creating the ADED program, a comprehensive development framework designed to train young professionals in 6 core mindsets, including leadership, proactivity, and focus. These mindsets empower engineers to go beyond task execution and truly share in the success of every project. The first years of a civil engineer's career will always come with trial and error. But avoiding the most common mistakes, disregarding precision, mismanaging time, neglecting communication, overlooking codes, and refusing ownership can make all the difference. Engineers who start with the right habits not only accelerate their personal growth, but also contribute to safer, more efficient, and more sustainable projects. So here's the final question. Which of these mistakes do you think is the hardest to overcome for new engineers, and why? Leave your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear your perspective. Mistakes are part of the learning process, but they don't have to define the journey. The key is to learn early, adapt quickly, and embrace responsibility. Civil engineering isn't just about building structures. It's about building trust, building safety, and building a future. Those who understand this truth from the beginning will not just perform, they will thrive.